So now I'll go through chapter 3. I'll read through. The title says, the brother of Jared meets the father and is overcome by his spirit. He meets his heavenly mother and is commanded to obey the commandment of the Lord. And it came to pass that as the brother of Jared looked upon the world where the father dwelled in all his glory, he beheld many people talking and reasoning one with another. So o ile ko lehatsheng o bona batho ba bua ba buisana ba tsere dikgang. And he beheld their dress, that it was of a whiteness that was most exquisite and exceeded any that he had beheld before. And as he pondered on the beauty of the people, he looked thereon and beheld plants and vegetation which grew in the likeness of those upon this world, this earth. Nevertheless, they grew spontaneously as if they were compelled to grow without aid or toil of man. And this vegetation was not like any that he had known upon earth. So wana batho ba le gate ba pere bosweu jo ile gore wa gagamatsa ga isa bo bone ka bonte jwa jone ke bonte ya teng ke jo jwa thwathwa. And ona dithare tse ile gore ga di tlhoke go berekwa, need no toil of man, no aid. Go ke di garden tse ile gore they are self-sustaining. And the people came forth and partook of the fruit of the vines and of the trees, yea, even of all the vegetation that produced flowers and fruits, which were pleasing to the desires of the people. 3. And the people came forth and partook of the fruits of the vines, so and of the trees, yeah, even of all the vegetation that produced flowers and fruits which were pleasing to the desire of people. And he beheld the people partaking of this fruit freely. So taking only that which they desire to make themselves happy. So this one is similar to the Israelites eating the manna in the wilderness, the 40 years of when after they have exited Egypt. So when they were told to take what they needed for the day, although they became greedy. Okay, let's continue. For behold, the people appeared as though they never hungered, neither did they thirst, nor did they take more than that which they needed. Yeah, they partook of the fruit only to make themselves joyous and fulfill their desire of happiness. So, what does the gospel say? I'll take you to, I'll go and prepare in the house of my father where there's plenty of room in the holy mansions, where by faith, when you qualify to stay there, there will not be hunger, you will not go hungry, you will not go thirsty, you will not cry anymore. If you read in Revelation towards the end, there will be no tears anymore, no sorrow. So he's saying these people are eating, but not because they are hungry or thirsty. They're just eating, partaking of the fruits only to make themselves joyous, more happy, and fulfill their desire of happiness. That's their reason for eating. And the brother of Jared continued his description of the world, saying, and I beheld that the moment that one of this fruit was plucked from the vines or from the trees, that another one would immediately begin to grow in the stead thereof, and so much that the trees and vines were always full of fruits, and also of beautiful flowers. So the trees were had fruits throughout the year. I don't know what I should say here. Every time. And many souls desired that I might also, and my soul desired that I might also partake of the fruit, of this fruit, that I might not hunger or thirst again. As I approached, you remember Jesus and the woman, the Samaritan woman, I think, is it Matthew 4 or John 4 somewhere? The one who just said, if you partake of the water that come from me, not the water from the well of Jacob, you will not hunger or thirst. So it's like, is that this the reality he was talking about? So you could check the Bible, Jesus and the Samaritan woman. I don't know if I quoted it right. Just check your Bible or Google it. And as I approached the people who were partake of the fruit, I beheld a man among them who was of such familiarity to me that it caused me to be drawn immediately to his presence, as a boy would be drawn to his father in a strange crowd. Nevertheless, I was not a stranger among them. So we pitela a kgogedi ya gagwe e mo isa ko monne yo mongwe ke yo o ka re ke rragwe. And as the brother of Jared drew near unto this man of whom he spoke, his heart and soul were filled with an unspeakable love and warmth. And the brother of Jared continued his words, saying, his radiance filled my entire soul. So it's the brother of Jared talking. Even so much that it did cause me to shrink from his presence. So wa maatamela but seriti sa monna ole, or let me say seriti, it's like it's shrinking him. Mohetsa mata. For my tongue seemed bound in that I could not speak. I did not fall to the ground because my limbs could no longer support me, and I became as it were a small child who knew not how to move his limbs or use his tongue. So it's like becoming numb and paralyzed. And this man reached forth and took me by the hand, commanding me to rise. And no sooner had I touched his hand that I immediately received my strength once again and stood before this wondrous being. So now this man reached him. As soon as he touched his hand, his strength is restored. And he spoke unto me, saying, my son, from whence cometh thou, and for what purpose? My son, where are you coming from, and why are you here? Do thou desire to speak unto thy father? And for what purpose do thou desire to speak unto their father? But I still could not speak. So is Jared speaking here? My soul being filled with an essence of the Spirit, which came directly from the soul of the Father. So, it's like a Bluetooth connection or a Wi-Fi, a magnetic, a field, force field drawing him in. But I did not attempt to cry to Jesus that he might assist me in speaking to the Father. So for behold, the Spirit bore witness unto me that this man was indeed my father, and also the father of Jesus. So and also Jesus. So Bible he has many women and the father, and then there is a father. So like many wives and a husband. So now he's the father of Jesus and also the father of the brother of Jared. And Jesus did appear at my side and spoke unto the Father on my behalf, saying, my Father, this thy son has come unto thee to receive the further light and knowledge which thou hast promised unto all those who believe in me and keep my commandments. So wa mo introduce papa yo ke ngwana hao o tsile gore a to go ithuta mahoko a lesedi kana a to go ikoketsa kitso jaaka no motsole o soleheditse gore ha ka dumela kana ba dumelang gape ba sala ditao tsa go morago o taba okeletsa. Yeah, even all those who come unto me with a broken heart and a contrite spirit,